Okay, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the Agri, Millstone, who do well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful elect and you Akim who push this word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is patience is necessary, right? This is Sirach chapter 20 and verse 32, because I was reading this chapter and the last verses what struck this lesson. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. And you can see that happen to him, men. Get this truth, get this wisdom, and don't have the patience, and go back into the world, and what happens? Them demons get up on them, and they don't have a guide. You know, they're out there as brute beast, right? That's what that means when you're reading the book of Acts. But this is let me get this. And then let me also get this. Yep, this is the book of Colossians 3 and 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High. So you want to be part of the elect, right? That's what we hope for. Because the elect are the men and women that are destined to have mercy and to be delivered from the times to come. Okay? Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy, meaning separate, and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering. It's going to tell we're long-suffering. Having or showing patience in spite of troubles, man. Especially those caused by other people. Okay? And that really just goes into persecution. The scriptures tell you, prepare thy soul for temptation without coming to serve the Lord. So throughout this whole walk of patience, you're going to be fighting things, man. You're going to be going through things, right? Thinking not strange the fiery trial, which is to try you. You know, for some reason now, as soon as you come to the truth, your female wants to act like a demon all over the place. It's doing things that she wasn't even doing before you even came into the ministry, right? Family members, friends, so on and so forth. It comes with this walk, man. No one ever said this walk was going to be easy. But we also understand that the scriptures tell you that the Lord is not, going to tempt you over your measure. Meaning he's going to give you trials and tribulations that you're going to be able to endure or going to need to go through in order to build yourself up. Okay? And then let's read it on to get other attributes of the elect men and women. Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as a Mashiach forgave you, also do ye. Yeah, that's how forgiving one another is also, a big thing in this ministry, because the scriptures talk about, it's in the same chapter actually as when you read Sirach, the 20th chapter, about who is, Sirach, I think it's Sirach, the 19th chapter, but it goes into who is he that has not offended with his tongue, right? And it says a foolish man holdeth on to a word. Because who is he that has not offended? So you constantly stay hurt. You stay injured off of what someone has said. And mainly it's about the brotherhood. Okay, because people in the world, man, they're going to do what they're going to do. But you're supposed to forgive those that are in the brotherhood. Okay, in the ministry. But nonetheless, back to the main point, patience. As soon as you come into this ministry, you got to be patient. Throw it, Terry, wait for it. And what surely come, the patience part is really the hardest part of this ministry, in my personal opinion. We want this shit to crack now. First thing you do when you come into the ministry, you think that, you first hear the truth, and you think the world's going to end the next day. Then you start watching lessons, you start building yourself up, you start studying, you start reading, you start doing your own lessons, you go in, you build yourself up, and, it's still taking some time, right? But you got to be patient because that reward is going to be that much better, man. Because the scriptures tell you this. Let's get this. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay. Anything we go through in this time of patience, right? Because through faith we understand that and through the prophecies, which solidify our faith even more, we understand that the Lord is real and he's coming back, right? The Father and the Son are real. Nonetheless, we are still prisoners of hope. We're still here in this fleshly body. Things are still playing out. You're still waking up the next morning to make your lesson, go to work and do your things, right? Daily necessities. And then going through things while we wait. So all this suffering that we're doing, and long suffering, when you go into long suffering, that's patience. That's us waiting for the Lord here in hell. That's when you go, it's the same thing. But this long suffering is not to even be present, is not to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, man. The kingdom, the new bodies, and all that, right? It's going to embody a lot of, rulership and, all this stuff that's going to come with, the planets, the universe, so on and so forth, spiritual powers and so. Little shit that we're going through now is not to be compared to what we're getting ready to receive. We're going to be in the kingdom like, damn, if I knew it was going to be this great, I could have waited a couple more years, But at the moment, we're in the flesh. We want the shit to happen now. We wanted to get it over with, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, we got to be patient. It's a big thing. It's honestly the main thing that is required of us. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 14. Let me read up. Yep. Actually, I'm sorry, verse 12. Woe, meaning destruction, just death, be to the fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that goeth two ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. If you're with faint hands, that means you're effeminate. You're not going to make it to the kingdom. You're scared of what people think about you. You're scared of what people might do to you because of what you teach. You're scared of losing friends and family members. You're just a scared dude. You're scary. You're not meant for this. You're not meant for this war, this fight. And woe be to the fearful hearts, because Jacob's trouble was getting ready to come, and Jacob's trouble is not going to be a pretty sight. Things are going to be happening in front of our own very eyes that we are not to be fearful of. We might be in situations that might be considered, scary. Sleeping in the woods at night with not having all your protection needs. Okay? Because, we're getting ready to become pilgrims upon the earth. But nonetheless, fearful hearts, faint hands, and a sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Same thing, you're weak. You're going to give out when that time comes. When pressure hits, you're going to give out. Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? This is the main thing, man. The Wadi Bashim Yahushai for allowing us to endure through all this patience, because without this patience ourselves, we wouldn't be able to grow in our faith. The more wisdom you get, right? The more wisdom you get, the harder it is in this ministry. Right? But what? You have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to deliver you from the times to come. Isaiah 33 and 6. Okay, and what are you gonna do if you have lost patience, man? You threw away your talent, you threw away the oil. When shit's the fan and things, power goes out, bang. Because the scriptures say when they shall say peace and safety, man, meaning you're chilling, you're doing your thing, you're vibing out, shit's gonna crack like that. And only those that have been, on point and on the game, of course we slack sometimes, we fall short. But nonetheless, it's about understanding where you fall short, coming back and getting stronger. Woe unto you that have lost patience. What will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? If you lost patience, you just gave out, went back into the world. When that shit happens, when the shit hits, and when you're thrown in peace and safety, that's when the Lord's going to visit you, man. And that's when you're going to be in the position of, what are you going to do? You're not going to do anything, man. You're gonna get judged. Verse 15, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Okay. Let's get patience. Probably get a couple of the precepts. Yep, that was a good one. Same chapter. There you go. This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Right? How much you put into this ministry is how much you're going to get back. For he that soweth to his flesh shall the flesh reap corruption. But if you're all in the world, the world's gonna take you, and that's where you're gonna be giving off more. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well doing. Meaning patience. Don't get tired of being in this ministry, of doing good. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. We're gonna cash out on our patience. We're gonna cash out on our works. We're gonna cash out on our fruit. Whatever we sowed into this ministry. Okay. Verse 10, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. All right? Because the brotherhood is really where it's at. Got a couple of precepts. Yep, that's a good one too. Going to spiritual power. These are really all good precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. You know what? I'm gonna read up. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just read 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. That's heavy. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for angry resteth in the bosom of fools. But nonetheless, man, patience is actually a great attribute to have. Being patient is better than a proud man, than the proud in spirit. Scriptures talk about, knowledge puffeth up. Okay, when you come into this ministry, be patient but diligent in your study, in your studies. Okay, but nonetheless, man, patience is a big part of this ministry. I actually like this one. Romans 8 and 25. Verse 24. For we are saved by hope. All right, let me get this. This is Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. So have hope. We're going to get a great reward for our hope and patience. Hope and patience working the same thing. Just like you're hoping for, your business or something that you have in mind to be successful. That's being patient. You're hoping for it before it happens. And when this happens, when our hope of the Lord comes through, it's going to be double unto us. Spiritual powers, great deliverances, and things of that sort. Miracles. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen exactly is not hope. For what a man seeth, why does he yet hope for? But if we hope that we see not, but if we hope for that, Salakia, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. You see, sometimes you may be going through a certain situation, and you're praying for that certain situation, to get healed. And there's a lot of other things that actually tie into it, but the Lord comes and makes an intercession for us, man, and it picks that up as well. Okay, but nonetheless, hope and patience work together, man. But patience is a necessity, right? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Because having patience is what? Having patience is putting on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, and that's what you want to be. And it was just a quick lesson that I wanted to touch up on, reading Sirach, the 20th chapter, and the 32nd verse. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. Because this ministry also shows you how to maneuver in this world, man. You stop caring about things that you thought mattered. Your circle gets a lot smaller, which allows you to focus on certain things. Hey, when the elders, make lessons about women, they show you how to maneuver through this, certain trials and tribulations that come about women. This whole ministry makes your life easier in the sense of you're not bound to the ways of the world. But also, it does have its own, I wouldn't say downside, but bumps and bruises that you have to go through. And it's going to be, you got to be patient in it. Because nonetheless, the people in the world get judged just as the people in the ministry. But one gets judged for righteous sake and the other get judged just for being wicked. Let me see if I can find that precept. Something to this effect. Let me see. Something to this effect. I'll get it put in the comment board when I find it. But that's pretty much the point of this lesson. Just patience is a necessity of this ministry. And me, going through what I went through this past month, showed me that I need to be patient in my studying, patient in how I move. But nonetheless, I got to be quicker. Hey, a righteous man falls 7 times and get back up. But nonetheless, I don't want this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. So with